Well, it is time to take a short left, isn't it? And if you can take a short left into Vilakazi Street in Soweto, that's where you're going to find my colleague, Silindelo Masikane, out and about as we talk Tourism Month, of course being September. How do we boost tourism? Well, it's quite easy, actually. We actually have to go out and get our vaccinations, as many of us as possible. Silindelo, let me come back to you. Once again, you were on the streets of Vilakazi Street earlier, that beautiful tree outside the Kumzi restaurant. Now, I think you're inside, aren't you?
Certainly so. We find ourselves inside the restaurant where we continue with our focus, Gareth, where we are speaking to those in the industry with regards to the recovery plan. We are going into the festive season, and of course, we are hoping that South Africans will be able to go out and help this particular industry to recover. But I am joined by a representative from SA Tourism. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Altaf Kazi. Now, you're a brand ambassador, basically, for South Africa. How do you market this country in this particular climate?
Look, it's been challenging times. We all know that we've been hit hard by COVID, people not wanting to come into, people not allowed to travel in, the restrictions around travel, the difficulty around traveling. So it has been a challenge, but we've been able to focus on domestic tourism. We've been able to focus on South Africans traveling South Africa, exploring the country, because domestic tourism is sort of the first element of our recovery plan, that, and we are using that to push the recovery of the tourism sector. So while it's been a challenge, we still have the balancing job of keeping South Africa at top of mind for all our key source markets around the world. But at the same time, we have to make sure that the industry moves on and there's some sort of movement in the industry. And we're seeing that from a domestic tourism perspective. So, look, it has been a challenge, but hopefully with the world seeing that South Africa has world-class compliant protocols from a tourism perspective, the fact that you can travel here with a negative PCR test, we are making it easy. The vaccination program is increasing day by day, which makes people's consideration to coming to South Africa that much easier. So, from now on, I think we're on that path to show to the world that South Africa is the place to visit. You can come here, you can have a safe holiday. We are responsible in the sector. And we've also just launching our global advocacy program now, which will showcase South Africa to all our key markets and highlight to them why they should be coming to South Africa.
You spoke about, of course, domestic travel being the first recovery plan in terms of trying to get South Africans themselves to go out. But, South Africans are feeling that financial pinch with the pandemic, lots of job cuts. But what's available for South Africans? What kind of packages are out there for them right now that they can take up to say, look, you know what, you can take a short lift?
Well, as we speak about short lift, we currently have short lift travel week on the go. It's until the 12th of September. If you go on to shortlift.co.za, South Africa has been on sale. South Africa is on sale around the country, whether you want to go to the beach, whether you want to go to the wildlife, whether you want to go in the mountains. South Africa is on sale for up to 50%. You can book now, travel later. There are conditions around the package, but the short-lift team have done an amazing job in getting deals for South Africans across all sort of elements of tourism, whether you want to be coastal, whether you want to be inland. So again, I urge people to make the most of the opportunity of short-lift travel week, because you are getting discounted packages for up to 50% with all our travel partners around the country, and there is definitely something for every taste of a domestic tourist.
But how much longer can this industry actually survive with the current restrictions, with the lockdown continuing? Do you think the industry can be able to recover under the current climate?
Look, I think we all need to be united together in this. We have seen businesses go down, we have seen establishments go down, but I think, we're a resilient sector. If we work together, there have been packages from a government perspective in terms of the funds that has been put out. So we just got to be resilient on this. We got to support each other, and we got to make sure that this industry bounce back, because this is an industry that plays a vital part in economic growth, job creation, because the more tourists we come, the more people travel, the more opportunity there is for people to be working in the sector and servicing the tourists that come here.
Can you take us through maybe some of the numbers? Just how badly impacted has the industry been under this climate as well?
Look, I know that there are thousands of jobs have been lost. Look, but with the domestic tourism coming on board, there's been recovery. So from that perspective, we are seeing that the international numbers are definitely not there. We know that there's been up to 70–80% decline in international tourists. People are coming for work and stuff. But I think once we launch our global brand campaign that is going to be coming out in the coming weeks with the global advocacy program, we'll be able to see that that recovery happen, and we'll be able to encourage people. I know there's countries, the challenge we have are countries putting us on travel advisories and red lists. So you can come to South Africa. It's fine. It's accessible to come to South Africa. There are airlines flying in now, but going back, some countries you've got to quarantine there, and that just sort of affects the decision making of the tourists. But what from a South African perspective and a continental perspective that we're doing now is from the 19th to the 21st of September, we're having the African Travel and Tourism Summit. Here we are bringing the sector together, from private and government and the continent together, to say, guys, how do we collectively position Africa, and then also from our side, South Africa, in welcoming tourists again, and again showing the world that we can, that you are safe here, you can travel with confidence here, you can travel wisely and responsibly in South Africa. So the ATTS is another big summit that we're working on, and again, it's something that the sector needs. It's something that will provide guidance on the way forward, and we're certainly looking forward to that event taking place in Durban, Johannesburg, and Lagos. So we've got 3 venues, and then we've got it hybrid as well. So again, another great initiative from South African tourism to help the sector and enable the sector to come alive again.
Lastly, as SA Tourism, what do you think a vaccine passport could do in terms of aiding or not aiding our recovery plan when it comes to tourism?
Look, I think the vaccine passport and the vaccine is a confidence builder, right? So people know you're vaccinated. I think from our side, knowing that we've got vaccinated tourists, knowing that the tourists also know that we are vaccinated will help. So it's a confidence builder, and I think it will again allow for movement of people. It's the sort of standard now saying that, we are allowed to travel, we've got our vaccine, here's the passport. I mean, entering South Africa, though, has not been a challenge for international travelers. Again, I've said it, we don't have the quarantine rules, you're screened. As long as you have your negative PCR test, you're in the country and you can enjoy. But the vaccine passport, which is a global discussion at the moment, will just add that additional confidence layer to the tourist and to everyone in the country.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
All right, that's where you can leave it for now. We'll have more reaction and more commentary from the sector with regards to the recovery plan for tourism here in South Africa.